there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome to the farm vlog today. If I cuss, don't post this.
Oh, I can beep.
No, don't even beep it. So come along on the farm vlog today as we learn from Luke. All right? Woo! Woo!
Hit it.
All right. Oh.
Hey, come here. Hold that right there. Just point it that
You
way.
can just bounce off this thing. I mean, here we go.
Oh.
We gotta hit at the same time here. Okay.
Start over. Start over.
1, 2, 3, dead man.
That's cool. I need some help.
Hey, who is this?
Hey!
You kind of got that, you kind of got a little bit of red in there. So
It is a little red in it.
It's Pete. Pete with GCI
Oh,
Turf.
whoa.
What?
I do that.
Okay.
Hey, it's Pete with GCI Turf. I hope you're having a great day. I'm out here with my buddy Josh.
Luke.
And Luke,
My buddy Luke.
that's right.
Indiana. And come to find out, Josh is only about 15 or 18 minutes down the street from me. He's got a YouTube channel, shows a lot of farm things and that kind of thing. And he sent me down, invited me down here to check him out putting this tornado wire up. And you talking about something tough. I don't know that I don't think a bulldozer would tear this down. It's pretty dang tough.
You know, we're putting 5 miles of fence up on the Stoney Ridge farm here. 5 miles of this fence.
5 miles.
Unbelievable.
Wrap that around your brain.
Huge project.
Tell them about your channel right quick.
Okay, so I'm Josh with Stoney Ridge Farm. This is a Stoney Ridge farm. We're on a 200-acre, dilapidated, old, garbage, no topsoil tobacco farm that was just kind of worn out. We bought the land and we got a good price on it. We moved from a little farm, well, an urban farm of about 1/3 of an acre in Greensboro, where you mainly work, North Carolina. And I grew up on a farm, grew up in the country, and I never knew that I'd really chase this dream again, but the dream of having my own farm and not having to go punch a clock anymore and getting out here and getting cows and pastured poultry and organic eggs, and we'll be selling to restaurants and hopefully have our own store here on the farm pretty soon.
Okay.
So that's it. What we're showing people is the growth of a farm. And I love cars, so we like to work on some cars.
Cool.
And I got a Ventrac also. We were leasing a Ventrac, and that's kind of how I found you, Pete, is through the Ventrac. So
absolutely.
We're leasing that Ventrac. I saw Pete's Ventrac videos and learned a little bit from Pete, and that's what we're doing. We're building a farm.
Cool. Sounds like
Awesome.
you need to get your dirt right.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
need to get our dirt right.
Come here, tell them about tornado wire, because that's why we're here. We want to show off this wire you got and tell them just how good it is.
Yeah, I'm Luke with Farm Fence Solutions, and what we've done is sought out the highest quality materials around the world, and for now anyway, Tornado we're bringing in from England, and obviously the goal is not to continue to ship that across the ocean, but we need to get some sales numbers built up to justify maybe a little bit of U.S. production there. So
Nice.
on down the road, that's the plan, but it is the best quality wire that I've ever used, and so it's something that we believe in. It's just like the pipe, the machines, everything that we sell are products that we also use. So we do some contracting work, primarily sales these days, but we also still build some fence.
Cool.
We're going to stretch this piece of wire here today, show these guys how it's all stretched out.
Cool. I'm ready to see it work.
It's gonna be
now,
awesome.
how long is this stretch?
This stretch is just about 500 feet. We've got, looks like 1, 2, 3 direction changes in it. So it's a benefit with pipe. We just go right around it and the wire slides as you pull it.
500 feet, we're gonna pull it at one time, and then we'll go back and tighten it down on each post.
Right, and the stretch here right behind us was about 15 feet short of a quarter mile. I think I counted 11 direction changes in that, and we pulled that in one hitch too. So.
One hitch.
Quarter mile long of fence. You guys that like fencing a quarter mile, how nice would it be to pull it one time and it's done?
And put it in one roll.
And put it in one roll.
This
There's
is
a quarter mile,
roll.
one roll.
Unbelievable.
Cool. All right,
Yep.
let's do it. Woo! 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 I'm gonna get that woo down pat here in a minute. Luke, walk me through what you're doing right here. When you get ready to talk, roll with it.
Yeah, these are strain right neck clamps, and what we like about them, let that down a little for me, is that the wedges don't actually touch the wire, so you can see how that's U-shaped and this is U-shaped, and so it actually clamps the entire wire instead of just a wedge in contact with the wire, which we can show you later. And so as that goes together, and we still don't need any bolts, we just put that together with these wedges, and it'll sandwich this all right together. Once we've got this all the way in and tight, there's 2 different ways to do it. The way that we're going to do it today is just with a heavy chain from there to there, and we'll attach the winch to it. So we'll hook a chain here.
Change this hook right in there.
And hook a chain here. That'll go to the winch cable, and we'll pull it. The other way to do it, if you don't have a winch handy,
Oh boy.
is what we call a boundary strainer. And so you'd have this end on the neck clamp. The other end would be chained to your post. Let's stick that on there real quick. Chain that to your post, making sure you're chained straight. And then these walk right up the chain.
You know what we call that, don't you? That's called manual labor.
That is definitely manual labor. And it works. We still use those quite a bit.
Yeah.
I guess that would come in handy when you can't get that machine in a
Right.
certain spot. That's the way you use it.
Right, so this stretch behind us, there was a mud hole that we couldn't get through, so we had to drag some wire in by hand. And what we did was we took 2 of the net boards, boundary strainers between, and we pulled from both directions, which also helps with all the direction changes that we're in.
Yeah, sure.
So you're easing the stress. And then we pulled it together, and you can either tie it or crimp it, use gripples. There's a lot of ways to do what we call a gut strain.
Okay.
Now you pull it to a certain tension, and then you pull it, what, an inch or 2 past that tension and tie it to your post? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, with the winch, especially in an end strain, we'll just over tension that just a little bit, so that there'll be some slack between the net board and the post. And so if we over tension by just a little bit, then when we let that back out, the fence absorbs that little bit of slack, and we're still plenty tight. Another good thing to do if you're stretching with a winch is to tie a sweatshirt or a spare tire or something around it in case you did break a cable. You might survive it.
Well, that's the tip of the day, isn't it?
Maybe surviving?
Yeah, maybe surviving. Yeah. Can I wrap a sweatshirt around me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably ought to. Just put it right there around your ears. And we're gonna go ahead and snug it on up a little bit.
That is ridiculously cool, man.
Pete, what do you think?
It's pretty cool. It's really cool, man. I mean, he just barely moved it, and it's already.
Yeah, that's the benefit of
Really?
Tornado high tensile fixed knot net wire, is that it just immediately gets tight.
Yeah, that's quite impressive right there. And I can see, you could see it tighten up all the way down there around the corner as well.
Or I've seen people park a side-by-side sideways and use a come-along, and obviously you can tell we'd drag a side-by-side off its wheels here.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna put the time in to build it and spend the money, there's no point in doing a halfway job. You might as well just do it right.
I can't believe how far you're stretching that wire. That is really cool.
Yeah, Bart and I have stretched a lot of half-mile stretches with some direction changes. Again, it's on pipe, so it's nice and easy. But
I'm in a different profession, but just common sense tells me when you build a wire, you want the fence tight.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want loose spots, because your cattle can go under it, over it, through it.
Yeah, they can walk over and just rub their heads on this, and they're not going to hurt it.
Yeah, well, it would take a whole herd of cattle to knock that thing down, man.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that they could do it. What kind of drone you got?
It's the Mavic Pro 2. Drone, baby, woo!
Okay, so the next step, we're going to tie this off with what we call a high tensile termination knot. Go over and twist at the same time. Put a little bit of a kink in the wire there. Tuck that right through. So we've gone under, over, just about like so. We're going to take one lazy loop, so it's going to be kind of a long wrap, and then there'll be two tight wraps. There's one, there's two. With your crank handle in it there, snap it right off. The benefit of wringing the wire off instead of cutting it is that there's no sharp edge. If you cut that, it'll be an edge that would cut a person or an animal.
So there's really no mechanical tightening. Once you do this all the way down the post, you take the tension off and it's done.
That's right.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man.
We'll show you that when we slack that winch. And then it'll load this post. With this kind of tension in a timber frame or a wood frame brace, a lot of times you'll get up to 4 inches of movement, so you've got to build that in. We shoot for a ½ inch, so we've got a ½ inch built into this.
And obviously that's why this post is so much bigger, because it's an anchor post, and you can see this bracing going down here. Now what you can't see is there's another post that goes down in the ground. How deep?
6 feet.
6 feet in the ground, and it's welded on top to this post here. And you can see the angle of this post is pointed this way, so all the pressure of the fence is going that way, and this post right here is working against that pressure. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Do it.
Oh my, it didn't even hardly move.
You know, just about that ½ inch we built into it.
So what I was explaining to Pete here, and these guys back here in the back, Chris and Chris, are fans of my channel here, and they're here to help and volunteer on the farm with the fence project. So you look out here in this field, and this is a lot of what Pete does, and this is where we cross over a little bit. So Pete builds lawn. He builds. You do pasture work too? Or
no,
okay,
not necessarily.
Mostly lawn, turf type stuff, golf course stuff. You do any stuff with golf courses? Or?
Not golf courses. Okay. Yes, athletic fields and schools and things like that.
So what we're doing here is we're building pasture, and when you're building pasture on nothing, when the soil is sand, we sent a soil test off here and we had 0.03% organic material in this soil here, which is nothing. It is absolute. It's like growing grass on a rock, and you just can't do it without pounding it with fertilizer. Grass loves nitrogen. This grass loves nitrogen, but no fertilizer has been put on this field for 2 years. The reason it's growing the way it's growing is because of the clover. So we're fixing nitrogen with clover. We're trying to do this the right way, the smart way. We're making forage for our cattle that we'll have in the future. We're mowing it. This year the fields are laying fallow. We're gonna mow it 5 times. As soon as we see the first grass seed head pop up, we mow it. We mow it again and again and again to build root structure, to build topsoil, to build thatch down in there, to promote nitrogen. So the nitrogen from the grass that we mow when we sling grass blades out onto our land is nitrogen. The ladino clover that we have here is actually pulling nitrogen from the air and putting it into the soil. If we dug down in there, and we've got a video on this on no-till farming, but if you dug down in there and pulled that root structure out, you would see the nitrogen fixing nodules feeding this field just from the sun and the air. The ultimate source of energy we have on this planet is the sun and the air.
You get an A+.
Thank you.
You've done your homework.
I tried.
But you were right, man. The clover is a free source of nitrogen, and that's also called a root cycling effect. As you mow, roots grow, go deeper. All those grass roots don't live forever.
Gotcha.
They die, rot, become organic matter.
Yep.
So it's a cycle there that you're continuously creating organic matter simply by mowing.
And the worms and the microbes will come in and get in that too.
Get your dirt right.
That's what we're doing. I got a lot to learn from Pete here.
Whoop whoop. Woo! You done got me hooked on that holler. Josh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for
letting me
coming
come
up.
Here.
Was a good help, good time. Hope we learned a little bit. Hope we had some fun.
Absolutely. You guys go check his channel out, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Check it out, like, subscribe, tell all your buddies, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, it's so cool around here. Lots of cool things that you typically wouldn't get from maybe a lawn and garden channel.
Is this your first video with another YouTuber, right?
Very first one.
So this is a huge way we build community here on YouTube, and we're not competition. We're here to work together, collaborate, and build community. So you're a community, we're a community, and that's what it's all about: sharing knowledge and sharing good times.
We really are a community. I mean, he's like right down the road. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
You're welcome back anytime, brother.
10-4.
Thanks.
Woo! Woo! Check you later, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, sir.